if they did attempt to kill me or kill me like they killed Michael Jackson or JFK, then, or Aaron, what is the guy's name? Aaron Carter, the guy who wanted to talk to me about the Harley Pasternak situation. If they did do that, they would say, oh, it's Ye's mental health.
Kanye West is still blacklisted by Hollywood, and new details are starting to emerge about how Kanye almost didn't make it out alive after speaking out against the people who run Hollywood. And according to Kanye, those same people are the ones who killed Michael Jackson. Kanye publicly claimed he was almost, quote, Michael Jacksoned, end quote, after being pressured to take a dangerously high dose of poison. And fans are now drawing parallels between what Kanye said and Michael Jackson's warnings about some people trying to take him out.
But he was so passionate and adamant about it and says, you don't understand. It's all about my catalog. This is what they want, and this is what they're going to do. And he was terrified.
So was MJ really murdered? And why does Kanye believe that he almost met the same fate as Michael Jackson?
You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but the more I hear about the entertainment industry and all the shady and dark stuff going on behind the scenes, the more I realize that Kanye was damn right when he said he was almost MJ'd for speaking out against the Hollywood higher-ups. Now, when it comes to Michael, there's always been a lot of suspicious details about the official narrative surrounding his death, and the biggest clue is the fact that MJ himself worried he would be killed, and he openly shared his fears with his family. Officially, Michael's death was attributed to the negligence of his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray. However, many people believe that Murray was just a pawn manipulated by influential forces within the entertainment industry who wanted to capitalize on Michael's death. And a substantial amount of evidence suggests that MJ was very much aware that he would be worth more dead than alive. And prior to his death, Michael had grown increasingly paranoid, often expressing concerns that he might become a target. During the period leading up to his passing, Michael was in the midst of preparing for his highly anticipated comeback tour, This Is It, scheduled to kick off July 13th, 2009 at London's O2 Arena. On June 24th, Michael attended a rehearsal at the Staples Center in LA, arriving around 6:30 p.m. Witnesses, including the tour magician Ed Alonzo, noted that Michael looked great and had great energy. Michael then rehearsed until after midnight and returned to his residence in Holmby Hills at around 12:30 a.m. Given Michael's long-standing struggles with insomnia, he often relied on various medications to help him sleep, and that's why he took his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, everywhere with him. That night, Dr. Murray administered different drugs to help him sleep while closely monitoring his condition. But despite Dr. Murray's efforts, Michael was unable to fall asleep even after several hours, so he eventually decided to give him a propofol injection mixed with lidocaine. This seemed to work, and Dr. Murray left Michael's bedside to use the bathroom after he saw that Michael had fallen asleep. However, when Dr. Murray returned just minutes later, he discovered that Michael was no longer breathing and had a weak pulse. Dr. Murray performed CPR for around 10 minutes and administered a drug to counteract the sedative overdose. Michael's staff was called for assistance, but what's strange is that a call to 911 was delayed until 12:21 p.m., nearly an hour and a half after the discovery of Michael's breathing difficulties. When paramedics arrived, they conducted CPR at the house for 42 minutes before transporting Michael to the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. But sadly, despite the efforts, Michael could not be revived, and on June 25, 2009, he was pronounced dead. And it didn't take long before different theories surrounding his death started circulating among fans. The suspicions intensified after the recording of the 911 call made by Michael's bodyguard was released, revealing that Dr. Murray employed non-standard methods of CPR.
He's not breathing, and we're trying to pump him, but he's not breathing, sir.
Okay, how old is he?
He's 50 years old, sir.
50, okay. He's unconscious, he's not breathing?
Yes, he's not breathing, sir.
Okay, and he's not conscious either?
He's not conscious, sir.
Okay. All right, do you have him, is he on the floor? Where's he at right now?
He's on the bed, sir. He's on the bed.
Okay, let's get him on the floor.
The autopsy later concluded that Michael's death was a homicide caused by acute propofol intoxication, exacerbated by the presence of several other drugs in his system. The autopsy report also stated that Michael was in good health for his age, maintained an acceptable weight, and didn't have any heart problems.
Contrary to how he was portrayed in the tabloid press, Michael Jackson was a fairly healthy 50-year-old before he died. This revelation comes from a copy of the Los Angeles County Coroner's report obtained by the Associated Press. It shows that the pop singer was 136 pounds when he died. It's in the acceptable range for a 5'9" man. His heart was strong, his kidneys and other major organs appeared to be normal.
With the autopsy categorizing Michael's death as a homicide, both the LAPD and the DEA started investigations. However, shortly after, media reports surfaced alleging that the LAPD mishandled Michael's home. Although the police denied these claims and insisted they did everything according to protocol, MJ's fans started suspecting that crucial details were being concealed. Meanwhile, the DEA's investigation narrowed down to Dr. Murray, and he was charged with involuntary manslaughter and sentenced to 4 years in prison. But MJ's fans were not happy with this outcome because they were convinced Murray was just a pawn. See, Dr. Murray initially joined Michael's camp in May 2009 through AEG Live, the promoter for MJ's London concerts. And although AEG Live claimed that Michael personally insisted on hiring Dr. Murray, it was later revealed that AEG hired Dr. Murray independently, and Michael apparently didn't even sign the employment contract. Several members of Michael's family also publicly claimed that MJ's music catalog made him a target, and both his younger sister LaToya and his daughter Paris openly said that MJ was murdered.
And he knew that everything that was happening to him was not kosher, it wasn't right, and it disturbed him greatly. And he kept saying it over and over and over again. Yes, Dr. Murray was the fall guy, but it's more to it than just that. He named names. He told me people. He told me to be careful of this one and that one.
In 2010, MJ's children and mother filed a lawsuit against AEG, alleging negligent hiring of Dr. Murray. And during the trial, Michael's son Prince testified that his father was being pushed beyond his limits while preparing for his last tour. And shockingly, Prince also revealed that he heard his dad express concerns on several occasions that they would try to kill him.
Prince said his father would cry after phone calls, saying, quote, "They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me."
But despite all this, the jury ruled in favor of AEG. This verdict did little to sway Michael's fans, and to this day, they still believe that MJ was killed. This theory gained even more supporters after The Sun published disturbing notes reportedly written by Michael in the weeks prior to his passing. These notes contained statements such as, "They are trying to murder me," and "The system wants to kill me for my catalog." In one of the notes, MJ also mentioned feeling pressured by AEG and having a bad feeling about his tour. Now, what does all this have to do with Kanye West? Well, after Kanye started speaking out on the evils of the entertainment industry and threatening to expose the people who control celebrities, Kanye's former personal trainer Haley Pasternak texted him to say he needs to meet him in person and apologize, or he would institutionalize him again and send him back to zombie land.
First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me.
Kanye later mentioned this text exchange during several viral interviews and claimed he was already almost Michael Jacksoned once back in 2016 after being placed on an involuntary psychiatric hold and prescribed a high dose of lithium.
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
They
what
would have
look-
Michael Jackson.
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it.
Also, I find it very suspicious that Kanye's 2016 hospitalization happened after he allegedly suffered some kind of episode at Harley Pasternak's house. And in another recent interview, Kanye claimed that they tried to kill him, just like they killed Michael Jackson.
If they did attempt to kill me or kill me like they killed Michael Jackson or JFK, then, or Aaron, what is the guy's name? Aaron Carter, the guy who wanted to talk to me about the Harley Pasternak situation. If they did do that, they would say, oh, it's Ye's mental health.
Many fans are now saying they 100% believe Kanye was almost killed like MJ, and they are pointing out that this has been happening in Hollywood for ages. One fan said, "This man needs to be protected at all costs, and all those that work with/for him need to be background checked thoroughly. There are agents within the music industry, and you'd be fooled to think they have your best interest. They will go as far as hiring your family members." And another fan wrote, "This is what the elites do with people that have good influence in the world that they're scared of. First, they tried to shut Michael up. They tried to keep him quiet with the whole Sony situation. That didn't work. So then they tried to put him in jail. That didn't work. The final step is to kill, and that's what they did. They then murdered him." But how do you guys feel about this? Do you think MJ was eliminated by the industry higher-ups? And did the same thing almost happen to Ye? Let me know in the comments. And don't miss out on this next video because the tea is hot.